Happy Tuesday, Bay Farmers. It's Tuesday, March 24th. I hope you're all doing okay. Monday looked like it was a busy day for all of you. You did lots of work. We saw lots of pictures. We're really so proud of all of you. You're being big helps at home and working hard, and we love seeing your faces because we're missing you desperately. Today's book is called Ruby Sings the Blues. I love this book because some people tell me that I'm a little bit loud, so I relate to Ruby. I can't sing though. Ruby was loud, very loud. When she hollered down the street, the man on the top floor would yell, "Keep it down, loudmouth! I'm trying to sleep." "Hello, everybody," would yell Ruby. The student on the middle floor shouted, "Hey, boombox! I can't hear myself think." The saxophonist and the jazz singer in the basement looked at each other. "Awesome," they said. At home, Ruby's parents tried to stay calm. "Ruby, dear," they said, "do you think you could be a little quieter?" "Like this?" said Ruby. "Just a teensy bit down," said Ruby's father. "How's this, Pops?" "Better," they said. "Now do you think you can keep it like that?" "Okay, I'll try." But in class, Ruby was so loud, head-splittingly loud. "Hey, Mrs. Nightingale, may I answer the question?" At playtime, Mrs. Nightingale spoke very gently to Ruby. "Let's pretend that you're a sound blaster," said Mrs. Nightingale, pointing to the 3 buttons on Ruby's blouse. "This button is your on button. This is your off button, and this one in the middle is your volume control." Mrs. Nightingale gave Ruby's middle button a twiddle. "Okay, let's hear you, Ruby," she said quietly. "Am I on now?" "Oh, you're always on, Ruby," said Mrs. Nightingale. "You're always loud. Why don't we turn it down just a little bit?" "Is this better?" "Much better, Ruby. Now go and play," said Mrs. Nightingale. "Hey, everybody, I'm a sound blaster." Ruby had run outside, turned her volume control all the way up, and blasted across the playground. The other children couldn't bear it. They all turned around and shouted, "Switch it off, Ruby! You're hurting our ears. No one wants to play with you, Ruby." She was just too loud to be around. Switched off and very sad, Ruby walked home. No one in her neighborhood even knew she had come home. The whole afternoon, Ruby kept very quiet. Her mother wondered if she were sick. But Ruby wasn't sick. She just had the blues. When the sax player and the jazz singer didn't hear Ruby come home, they knocked on the door and asked, "What's up, Ruby?" In a teensy voice, Ruby explained how little anybody wanted to hear her talk and how loud she was and that no one wanted to play with her. "Well, we think you have an awesome voice," said Bernard, the sax player. "Yeah," said Zelda. "I'd love to teach you how to use it. Would you like to learn how to sing?" "Awesome," said Ruby. Ruby's mother smiled. There was nothing wrong with Ruby after all. Every day after school, Ruby took singing lessons with Bernard and Zelda. She copied the musical notes Bernard made on his saxophone. Zelda taught Ruby how to use her volume control so that she could sing sharp, zooming tunes like the sounds of the city, and gentle, breathy notes like a cool evening breeze. Most of all, she taught Ruby to sing with emotion. When the man on the top floor heard Ruby sing, he said, "What a beautiful voice." The student on the middle floor said, "Cool, man." The kids on the block came out and danced on the sidewalk, chanting, "Go, Ruby, go." And Bernard looked at Zelda and said, "Listen, Ruby's singing the blues." And when Ruby sang at her school conference, she was just awesome. But once in a while, when the neighbors least expect it, she turns it right back up. Hi, everybody, I'm home. Just to check that her volume control is still working. I love that. That's a cute book. I hope you all have a great afternoon. Missing you a ton. I will see you tomorrow on Wednesday for another day of learning at home with a little bit of joy, a lot of purpose, and some compassion. Okay? Good night, Bay Farmers.